Hello everyone, how are you doing? Welcome back to Age with Beauty. I'm Marilyn. Right now I'm in my kitchen because I'm going to be talking about the Nama M1. This thing is amazing and everybody's been talking about it. I couldn't believe I didn't even know about it. So it's a milk maker of sorts, but it's out of, it's plant-based because it's out of nuts. So your cashews, your almonds, your walnuts, your pecans. This uses those to make you your milk for your coffee, for your cereals, for whatever. I have to say though, I don't know about cereals anymore, especially prepackaged cereals. I actually have a type of muesli I've been making on my own, which consists of some Andrew Lessman lowering cholesterol oatmeal, which I mixed with some raisins and some nuts and seeds, and this is what I did. And I'm enjoying that, but I don't know, lately I feel like when I do have things like grains or cereals, I feel like I do have a bit of bloating. Dave's Protein Bread. Okay, I was purchasing this, and my daughter, who's pretty amazing, she's getting a master's in biology, and not everyone can get a master's in biology, so she is pretty good at this stuff. But somehow this got by her, and actually no, she mentioned a couple of things, and I just said, well, let's just try it. Dave's Protein Bread, really bad. They shouldn't call it killer bread because that's kind of what it will do eventually. It has synthetic things in there, and it's just really not good. You can look up exactly how bad it is. There's some YouTubes that have got what Costco has in different places that they should not have, because in Europe, and I think I mentioned this before in one of the other vlogs, Europe does not allow these things in. The funny thing though is that Skittles and M&Ms and these products got famous in America. We made them rich, and then they turned around and left things in the product that we were purchasing, making them rich, that was awful, that was harmful to children and all the rest of us. So having said that, this is one of the reasons I stopped the milks from the store, the vegetarian type milks from the store, because they have in them sugar and other things that you don't want to put into yourself. I've been trying to get a lot of things straight. End of the year last year I had said I was dealing with borderline anemia, low iron, low protein. So I'm happy to say that I just got my blood work back, and it's good. All of that stuff is gone. Think about that for 5 minutes. All of that stuff in just a few months is better. Now I have to address the sleep issue, and I will be, but I'm gonna go see a lung specialist for that, because I went to a so-called sleep specialist, and not such a great idea. They try to give you a night guard that, oh, by the way, he has 10 different ones, and he alternates between 3 or 4 of them because he doesn't really like just one. Now, how can you afford $3,000 a pop for a night guard and then have this issue? So I'm gonna go see a lung specialist. Done with that. So going back to the Nama M1, this I wanted to show is actually not a burger. This is what you see come out of the Nama M1, that people are making things with them. This was delicious, and the reason I want to show it because it was so delicious. It was the first time we had used the Nama M1, and we went ahead and I thought, what can I do with this? Because I was just making a yummy avocado tomato salad, which came out really good. I had tahini in there, and it was just a delicious salad. And I thought, well, I really kind of want something on the side, but I don't just want bread on the side. And sometimes we use these Wassa crackers, which are pretty healthy. At least, it doesn't have or contain a lot of these other things that breads and crackers have in there. But I thought, no, I really, really want something else that's very different. So what this is, it's the leftover of the nuts that is usually inside the filter. And you go ahead and when you pull out the filter from the outside filter, it just literally drops off. So it doesn't come out of the machine. So it's not the Nama J2, which is actually a juicer. It's the Nama N1 is totally different. It's this leftover from the nuts is on the inside of the filter, and this wonderful handy dandy, not plastic I'm assuming this is a type of silicone. It's what it feels like. And you put it in here and it literally fits in the grooves. It goes into the groove. And so when it's in there like that, you can actually go ahead and, oh, voila, it's in the refrigerator now. Okay, anyway, so we did two things with that. I went ahead and stirred in some oat flour. And oat flour, organic, natural oat flour, very healthy for you, with the nuts. I put in a little bowl. I seasoned it. The only thing I forgot was the cumin, and I really wanted the cumin in there because it came out like a falafel. And I know everybody loves falafels, so this came out like a falafel burger. Boy, okay, and it was delicious. It was good, it was yummy. It was perfect with the salad. Boy, were we full. And you know, I thought, well, I've got one left, not worth saving. I'm gonna go ahead and make a dessert with that one. And you would think, well, with the seasonings, you already did a flavorful kind of seasoned one that was like a falafel. How are you gonna make a dessert out of that? Well, I did, and it worked, and it was delicious. It was amazing how those flavors blended with some chocolate, just dark chocolate. I got some dark chocolate squares, cut them in half, placed them strategically on all four sides of my falafel burger, and it was delicious. Boy, I felt like I had gone to a wonderful, healthy, vegan, more expensive than I can afford restaurant, a cuisine. So just so you know, this was really good, and it was via our Nama N1, and I'm going to be doing a lot of other things. I came up with this recipe, and I'm going to come up with a lot more. I can promise you that, and stay tuned. Keep coming back, subscribe, like if you haven't yet, and that way you can be with us. Age with beauty. Not just age with beauty inside and out. These are the things that are working for me, and I put this out because I'm hoping it'll work for you too. Something else I realized was that I was not drinking enough water. Something so simple. And I had this beautiful pink, it's like a quart of water, just about a quart of water. And it actually came with this beautiful pink glass. It fits on top of it. And so I fill this up. If I fill this up and I'm looking at it, I'm actually remembering to drink my water, because a day ago, 2 days ago, I realized I was really thirsty. I was dehydrating. And you know, you think just because you have tea or you have some, what we're having now is not coffee. I'm off the coffee. Yes, I am. And somehow I think that maybe it's a certain age. When you get to a certain age, I have dealt with some bone loss, and the caffeine, they say, can deplete the bone. But there's good for you in coffee too, so it's kind of just such a give and take. I just want you to know though, if you're having decaf coffee, you are still getting some caffeine. So if you want to go that route and kind of slow down your mega coffee drinking, go to decaf. You're still going to get some caffeine in there. So that's a good thing. But the water, oh so good. What we are using now, what we're having, And I've been doing this, but this is kind of little. I need to get a bigger one because you can get a lot out of this product. It's called chicory. Chicory, and not all health food stores have it. It comes in a bag. I don't have the bag with me right now. But what I do is I put it in jars. I put it in my jars. So it's out of the bag, it's in the jars, because now bags are bad. We know that, bags. Everything seems to be pointing at this and that and the other as being bad. So you know what, keep your jars, keep your jars. This was wheat germ. This was a bottle of wheat germ. Is that not a nice jar? And what are you gonna pay for that somewhere? So, and this is how the instant chicory comes. This is one of the ones that I like. And again, when this is done, hello, I have got a beautiful jar to use with a green top. I don't have a problem with the top being plastic. The product is inside the glass. I've been doing this with a lot of different things. It's a great idea. You can do it too. Save your money. This is a basil pesto bottle with some chia seeds. Chia seeds, yum, look at that. By the way, it's amazing that we didn't know that you have to grind chia seeds to get the nutrition out of them. Hello. Here I was sticking chia seeds in everything, not knowing that I was not getting the nutrition out of the chia seed. Good to know. I think I'll name the blog this one, Good to Know, because it's just amazing to me what is going on out there. I made today, I'm actually thinking of becoming pescatarian. The other thing we're doing is using our Instapot more. I had slowed down on using my Instapot, and I don't know why, because our Instapot meals will carry us through a week, 2 weeks. I mean, you can literally save from going to the grocery store, I would say, with an Instapot dramatically. And if you have a family, that's what you want to do. And guess what? Now there's a doctor out there saying, oh, no, do not broil your food. Bad. If your food gets too brown or too black, you know, it's not good for you. So he recommends actually boiling. He recommends the Instapot. And those are the two that I remember the most that he recommends. But anyway, so meat. I slowed down on the meat, but guess what happens? You've got a little bit in the refrigerator, you gotta use it up. And so I had some lamb. I don't buy a lot of anything. We don't eat a lot. So it was 2 nice pieces of lamb, not ham, but lamb. And so I stuck it in my Instapot and threw in all my veggies. And when I opened it up, because I just put it to warm again. When I opened it up, it smelled like heaven. Yum. And I will show that recipe that I did in another vlog. And so anyway, we're loving our Nama M1. We're getting food out of it. So loving drinking water more. I had this was a Mother's Day gift, and here Mother's Day's coming, so God bless my beautiful daughter and our lives and our home, and I hope that God is blessing you and your children and your lives. We're going to be coming back, hopefully before Mother's Day. I apologize if it's been a while. Again, I have been dealing with getting things straight with the blood work and with what the doctor had told me. Again, do your research, find the good YouTubers that are putting out good, real information. I'm hoping that I'm one of the ones doing that, inspiring you, because they're not connecting the dots, and if you don't get the dots connected, you're not going to get better. So I had already talked in some other videos about what exactly I had to do and what happened. So please, we'll link that below, and you can go ahead and try to look at that. The other thing is, please look at the last video, resistant starch. Oh my God. And hey, Age with Beauty. Come back and see us again. We hope you're doing great. And here's to us being better every day in every way. Come back and see us again soon.